You are watching CS today. So much news to cover, so let's get right into it. Bro, I'm so sleepy. It's 4:30 AM local time. So, yeah, let's start. BC Game has signed 4-time major winner Magisk as their new in-game leader. This new BC Game roster is looking promising, with now Simple, Electronic, Senzu and Magisk. The 5th player still has to be announced, but we already know that it is a young player that played a major in the top team. So maybe Lounge? Fnatic is back to 5 players with the signing of Cairne. Now Fnatic has a full Ukrainian lineup. Cairne recently has been benched on NIP. And let's see if he can find his old form again in Fnatic. Navi has announced that JL will be leaving the organization and will be a free agent. Rumors mention him joining MOUZ. JL already played on loan for MOUZ in a few tournaments at the end of last season. Same for SDY. His contract with ENCE has ended and now is a free agent. Curious which team will be picking him up in this roster mania. K27 needs to find a 5th player because the Loan of Fame from ewjerkz Pro has come to an end. They will already play Stake Ranked Episode 3 in a few weeks time, so they don't have a lot of time to find that 5th. And also ewjerkz now is a free agent. The Portuguese player has been benched on NIP since the start of this year, but they decided to part ways and ewjerkz now is a free agent. And let's get right into some rumors because maybe ewjerkz already found his new team. According to sources known by HLTV, Stal locked in talks with their former quartet, and there are so many Portuguese pro players on the bench right now, so it will be fun to see this rumor be true. The rumored roster will be Muteris, Story, ewjerkz, Crazy and No Pay. Player I have not heard about before. HLTV also has seen sources that Neo will be joining Astralis. This legendary player and coach has been benched on FaZe since March. Neo will be replacing Ruga, who left Astralis a few weeks ago after a bad major performance. Now let's talk about XSE Pro League. XSE Pro League has started and it was terrible. With the last match starting more than 6 hours later as scheduled and non-stop tech pauses, it was not a good start of the tournament. A big shock during the tournament though, because all of a sudden Luminosity was playing instead of Monty Esports. Monty announced a few hours before the game that Afro, Azuru, Rainmaker and Bymus have left the organization. Simultaneously, Luminosity has announced that they are back in CS2, playing with the core of Monty and Lux as in-game leader. Gizmy posted a bit of a sad tweet after the news got in the air, and it kinda looks like the team betrayed him. The owner of Luminosity even responded to his message saying it was on him and not on the players, and that they bought Lux before being able to pick up the Monty core. Gizmy already found a new team though, because later that day, 100 teams announced Gizmy as their new in-game leader. This was already leaked earlier, but now confirmed. He will be taking over the IGL roles from Rain, with Rain moving to a different role. Now let's talk about the results of XSE Pro League Day 1. I will quickly go over them as the results are not that interesting to me. It's just a BO1 and a lot of players played with hours of delay. It is FaZe that had troubles against Tyloo, 8-13 for Tyloo. 3D Max winning 16-14 for against NIP. 9Z 10-13 against Eyeballers, so again a bit of a shock up because Eyeballers was not the favorites in that match. 13 for Nemesis, 10 for Luminosity, so not a great start of the Luminosity team. Paravision with their new squad, 13-4 against Allianz, with Hobbit showing the highest rating. It's Bad Boom continuing their good form, winning 13-4 against Sinners, and Big 16 to Linvision 14, so close match, and Bait able to beat ewjerkz 16-13. The matches of today are as followed, and they will be starting 7 AM on UTC time, so probably when this video is uploaded. It is 3D Max versus Eyeballers in the 1-0 bucket, and Paravision versus Tyloo, Bedboom versus Big, and Bait versus Nemesis. And the 0-1 bucket, it is Allianz versus NIP, Luminosity versus Linvision, and 2 important matches at the end of the day. FaZe trying to save their tournament against MIBR, and 9Z the same, but then against Sinners. Magic's legendary 1v4 versus G2 in the major now has been memorialized. 4 tomato sauce jars with the text Magic and 4K have been added to Mirage. It is the first time in years that something like this has been added to a map, so this is very cool. ESL announced that their 4th event of 2027 will be taking place in Brazil. The city will be published later. The tournament will take place from the 3rd of May till the 9th of May of 2027. This is probably the longest episode of CS Today yet, but there was a lot of news to cover. Hopefully I will be seeing you guys tomorrow with some more news.